Peace of the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast. Peace of the gang, and welcome back to Quit the Cat Podcast.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy BP, alongside the Bishop and
sir.
PosiTiff. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode.
That's right.
How do you do, folks? How's it going today?
How's the vibe?
What's the vibe? You tell me what the vibe is, Bishop.
The vibe is, I feel good. I feel great. I'm trying to break through the wall.
Okay.
That's it. I'm trying to get to another level. So I have this imaginary wall in front of me that I'm trying to get over.
Right.
I don't want to break through it. I want to get over it.
Alright.
I know getting over it's a higher level. So I'm trying to level up. That's how I'm feeling.
Got you.
I got an expectancy.
There you go.
I love it.
And it's not outside of myself.
No.
My expectancy
Yeah.
is like an awakening in my mind, just to be able to grasp things and understand things and to be able to make it plain.
Right.
So to say.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. Listen, Tiff.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I think it's the word you said. It's awakened,
Okay.
except for that hour,
Okay.
you know, dragging. But I feel the same way. Like it's an awakening.
Okay.
Like I'm in a space
Yes.
right now where so many things are possible,
Yes.
and it's attached to my name.
Yes. We want to talk about that.
Yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
okay.
What's
okay.
up, B?
Hey, man, you know we out here trying. Every day we trying.
Okay.
That's what we doing. We
All
making
right.
it happen.
That's it.
We giving it a good shot.
How's the hour been for you?
Man, F that hour, man.
Oh, the hour that
Yes.
It's all good, but it all did throw me off a little bit, but it's all good.
Yeah, because the only thing I have to force myself to go to sleep. Because
Yes.
I'm so time oriented,
Yeah, that's
and
right.
my body knows like it's not 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
it's 7.
yeah.
But
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
I have
That
to
was
be forced-
hard.
Yeah. So I mean, I still got the same amount. I gauge my sleep, so I still did get the. I gauge everything. I might have to get out of that. I am a.
Nah,
But that's
That's
important.
good. That's good.
Yeah, that's
I
important.
monitor my sleep levels. I monitor my breathing. I monitor.
Do you have a CPAP?
No.
Okay, I have a CPAP. Don't look at me like that.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I have a CPAP. I snore.
Oh, see, now I don't.
Yeah, I have
Yeah, I
I have a.
snore too, yeah,
You
so,
snore?
yeah,
Yeah,
snore.
I have a CPAP. I've had it for about 2 years.
There's someone that probably say I snore, but I say I don't snore.
That's how I was until the husband played a video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, he got the video of you. Disrespectful. I be
That
doing
was so.
that.
That was so
Oh,
disrespectful.
no. You sound like a tractor trailer.
Oh my! I was like, what the hell is that?
He said,
And
that's
he
you,
was
baby.
like, that was you. So I thought I slept sexy.
Oh, so how's your? But since you've been using it, how's your sleep?
You know what's crazy? I feel rested.
Okay.
At
Yeah.
first, like I've had it for almost 2 years now,
Okay.
and I had to adjust.
Yes.
So the one thing about that I will say, and I ain't gonna lie, he has
Yeah.
one too.
Yeah,
So
it
we like
works.
we
Okay.
like sexy CPAP.
Okay. Okay.
But the
Ain't
one
no
thing
sexy CPAP.
that is sexy
Nah,
because
buddy, you can't be single with a CPAP. I say that much. You be like, you get stuck at the crib. You be like, this nigga go to sleep area. He gonna have to wake his behind up. Get out of here. You can't be single with a CPAP, fellas or ladies.
So
you can be single with a CPAP.
No, you can't.
Is it like an oxygen tank?
So
you
no,
carry
what it
around?
does, no. You know what?
Or you laying there
So
like
no,
Elliot?
actually,
Okay.
it forces air
Yes,
into because
yes,
like
right,
you know
right.
because you stop
Yes.
breathing,
Right,
sleep
right,
apnea,
right.
Yes.
and people they
Yes.
die from that.
Yeah.
So it forces air. It forces like your opening,
Yes.
Right.
your mouth to stay open so
Yes.
that the air goes in
Yes.
your airway. So it is what it is.
Because when you snore, it cuts off the oxygen.
Yes.
to the brain.
Yeah,
It's
yes.
like open and closing, and that's important because it breaks up.
It breaks up your
rest
sleep,
for
yeah.
your brain.
Yes, it does.
So
Yeah.
it breaks
It
your sleep
does.
pattern to be able to have like REM sleep.
Yes.
It
Yes.
messes with your REM sleep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
But your brain will always
Yes.
kick in to wake you up,
Yes.
at
Yeah.
a certain point.
Yes. Yeah.
But it's just like, for me, for him, when we did the sleep study,
Okay.
it was just the length of time that it was happening.
Okay.
And our doctors was like, nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But, it is what it is. It does, but I do feel rested.
It worked.
Yeah,
man,
it worked.
Yeah,
It
but
worked.
You can't be sexy single.
got one
doing
too?
it. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you got
Yeah.
one?
Mhm.
What you mean you can't be sexy
You
single?
can't be single. That you better not be single with that, Joe. You go knock something down. Be like, put your mask on.
Oh, you bring it with you.
That's what I'm saying. You can't be sexy single.
So you gotta go home?
You
You gotta go home?
gotta go home.
You gotta go home. So
Listen,
what do you say? You say I got.
I don't know.
sleep.
Hey, listen. I don't go anywhere, Lord. Listen, I go home every night.
Every night. Yo,
I have.
So what do you say?
But I'm just saying, like, you can think about it.
Like, if you were single.
Like, yeah, I mean, if you were smart, you'd be like, I'm going to go home so I can get some proper sleep. But if you try to be cute and later, she going to kick your ass out because you're going to be like, all on the back of her neck, sound like an 18-wheeler.
So is that something that when you meeting somebody, is that something when it gets to that level that you mentioned that you need that? Because then what are you going to say? I can't stay over?
Yeah, you can't stay over because you got to get you
got to bring it up.
Yeah, you got to bring your CPAP.
No,
so
you can't be sexy.
So now we having CPAP conversations in relationships.
You started
this is grown, but this is grown, like, because, you know, I'm older. Like, I'm almost 50 now. So, you know, we've been married almost 10 years. That's different. But younger and single.
If you married, you good.
I don't,
so wait.
That's what I'm saying.
So do you take it?
That's what I'm saying.
I don't think I snort when I was
your husband
younger.
come over the crib, before he your husband, and y'all just kicking it, you like, stay over this weekend. We going out of town this weekend. We about to get a room. He got to bring his CPAP with him.
Turn off for me.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's not gonna be sexy.
He snored from the moment we moved in together.
Understood, but it's not gonna be sexy though. Like y'all get done doing your thing.
So
and
I think it's
but I'd rather you be alive than worry about that.
I do agree with you on that.
I think it's I think it's more acceptable for the man to snore.
What?
Was that
I agree.
I do.
Ladies,
Women's Month.
Ladies,
National
it's Women's
Month.
International History Month. Y'all not about to be coming at the ladies.
Y'all better stop snoring. Y'all better stop.
We can't help it.
Oh my
Ladies.
Ladies,
you know
do
what
y'all
else
be
though?
feeling sexy when y'all walking down? Y'all got the sexy lingerie on. Y'all walk up and then you gotta put your CPAP on right now.
You know what?
That would be I would be like, I gotta fall asleep before you. You gotta stay up.
But if they snore loud enough, because
they gonna wake your ass
I've been
up.
told by Mr. Hall, I done woke him up.
Oh man, yeah, that's what he be like. Hey, put that mask on.
And that's what he does. And I'll be like, I say, you
with
can't do that. Like, you can't do that.
I'm knocking something off the dresser.
No, he don't do that. He'll be like, he'll be hitting me in my back. He'll be like, hey, put your mask on. Put your mask on.
So is it like if you're laying on your back or your stomach, it don't matter?
For me, it's my back. When I lay on my side, I'm cool, but I'm straight up. I'm calling them, boy.
And that's because like your tongue gets relaxed. So one of the things I
got a stiff tongue.
One thing.
No, I'm playing.
It is Women's International History.
I was about to say me too.
Oh gosh. So
oh my goodness.
what is going on here?
Oh my goodness. Ownership. Take it. This was not the conversation for today, but it is now.
It is what it is. You know, it is what it is. This is the one space where you don't have to worry about, any judgment. Maybe, maybe not. But it is what it is. You know, that's what we do on Mondays. You know, we've created a space where people can feel and be themselves and laugh at the stuff that people don't talk about. You know, we sit here and we talk about it.
That's a real conversation.
Yes, I snore.
There's probably a lot of people out there with CPAPs. All the little bad Johns y'all be seeing walking around.
No, you're not allowed.
Not the little bad Johns
you can't have it.
with the BBLs and with the bibbles.
No, you're
they
not.
Walking around.
You're not allowed to have a CPAP.
Do they go home?
Like
they gotta go home. It sound like they butt gonna fall off or they gonna stop breathing. One of the two. They gotta figure something
like
out.
If it's not for engaged and going like into relationship and marriage, you're gonna have to not snore. You're gonna have to stay up.
Or you just gonna have to
stay up. Snore with somebody that want to be in a relationship.
Put that man to sleep.
Because you're not allowed.
Put him to sleep and then go ahead and fade out.
Two outings. You gotta.
What?
I don't know. You want to breathe through a straw or something.
That's like taking a deuce. Like, damn, you gonna take a deuce off rip, baby? You just out here stinking up bathrooms off rip.
What is going on?
It's no sexy way of doing it.
And what else?
You can't poop on the first.
Yeah. For a little, listen, I mean, I want you to
even
feel
free
to do
like
yourself.
You
gotta hold it till you gotta drop her off, and then you gotta go ahead and feel you and start releasing air. But after that, you don't do that while she's there.
Prepared.
Yeah, don't be sitting there. Don't be like, I gotta go to the bathroom and 20 minutes later. Nah, you can't do that on the first date. That goes for guys and women.
Yeah.
So do me a favor. Under the comments, let us know what's what's the do's and don'ts of first dates.
And listen, ain't none of us been on the dating scene.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
ain't none of us been on the dating scene in the last 10 years. Somebody knows the truth. We just making this up. Well, this is what the expectation is.
The expectation is you gotta go home.
Yes, you gotta go home.
I think it's fitting because if you're dating in your 40s and your 50s and you're still in that dating game, I feel like the rules have to be different.
Yeah.
So you can't snore if you're dating at 40.
I don't want you snoring in my ear. I don't. I'm sorry.
If you are dating, please let us know. Because we have not a clue.
Yeah,
we don't.
Do you have to have a conversation? Like, is that one of those conversations you add? Like,
that is a good conversation.
I have a CPAP, and I want to spend a night. Like, let us know.
But see, I think
that's
I would
fair.
respect that more.
That's fair, yeah.
I would respect that. Yes.
Yeah.
If you tell me like you have a sleeping apparatus and you have to bring it with you,
but that's not. We ain't about to get ready for bed.
Anyway, but yeah,
we ain't about to get ready for bed. You unpacking, and you like, you got a plug over here.
I do feel you should bring it with you if you're going to be somewhere. So I feel like that should be a conversation, or at least tuck it and bring it with you, so you can be like, I sleep with this, and then they can be like, all right, that's cool.
But I think it would be acceptable. I think because we're joking, but I think like if you really like somebody, like I don't think it would be a turn off. Like we said, we haven't dated, in a long time.
Right.
So don't pay attention to them.
Pay attention. Pay attention.
They so off the dating scene.
Don't pull out that CPAP, ladies. I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm not bringing mine. Don't bring yours. We both die in our sleep.
Take yours.
Let's look sexy. We gonna keep it sexy.
Oh my gosh.
We gonna keep it all the way sexy.
I think that is a question though. You got asked like, do you snore? But then some people be like, I don't know, because if you've been singing, you don't know if you snore.
And that's what I'm saying. Like until he recorded it, I was like, whoa.
You ain't feel like you wasn't getting no rest?
No, I didn't.
Oh, really?
I felt like I was fine. So I've been a night shifter.
Oh.
So since my kids were small, I worked night shift.
Gotcha.
So I don't know.
That was normal, yeah.
Yeah, that was normal. Like that tired, dragging feeling. Yeah. That was normal.
And they really can't sleep during the day. That's,
right.
Yeah,
so yeah, and then I was always used to, when they were in school, I slept.
Okay.
So by the time they got home from school, I did what I did as far as, mom stuff, cooking, all of that. And then I would go to work, put them to bed. I'll go to work. I slept when, they were at school. But now, since life's changed a lot over the last couple of years, I tend to be at home at night sleeping. And
so now you found out.
Yeah, within the last 10 years. Like, and it's bad. It was really bad. So,
Now you better.
Yeah,
it is what it is.
As long as you can breathe when you sleep.
Yeah, it is.
Just don't be that. Hey, listen, single ladies. Don't do it.
Single ladies, do not listen to him.
Don't do it.
Don't listen to him.
Don't do it. Let's talk about you.
Let's talk about
we do want to talk about
yes, what you want to talk about? About me?
Yes, let's talk about you.
This is Women's Month, and you've been busy, and the month just started.
I don't like the word busy.
You don't like the word busy?
I don't like the word busy because busy, you could be doing anything. Mm-hmm. Busy, you could be busy in people's business. You just be busy. I like productive.
Okay.
Because productive helps you get through that wall.
Right.
You know what I mean? Remember, we talk about language. Busy, what are you doing? Busy.
I respect that.
Productive helps you get through that wall. So I like productive and profitable.
Okay.
Like people be like, oh, I'm booked and busy. No, I like booked and busy.
Right.
I like productive and profitable.
Yeah.
So I've been productive. Yes, to be profitable.
Outcome.
Yes.
There we go.
Yes.
So let's talk about what actually. First, let's talk about what you do. Because I do want to. I do love what you do.
Sure.
And it's very big for networking.
Sure.
It's something that you have to have in your business. I feel that separates people.
Sure.
It separates me in my niche.
Mm-hmm.
And it opens up doors. So I want to talk about communication coaching.
Sure. So what I do is twofold. Mm-hmm. So I have TLH coaching, which that is my coaching business.
Yes.
And TLH coaching stemmed from PosiTiff.
Yes.
So in PosiTiff, you know the story. You know, I was a victim of intimate partner domestic violence. Right. I was stabbed 7 times. So I took that story and developed the brand.
Okay.
And that's why I say with people, don't be afraid to tell your story.
Right.
And I took that story and developed the brand PosiTiff. And the tagline to PosiTiff is about living a positive life on purpose.
Yes.
And that's what we we need
Right.
to be able to do.
Absolutely.
You know, no matter what your passion is, no matter what your purpose is, live it on purpose
Right.
and unapologetically. So as I took that brand and, you know, I stepped out there and, you know, I began speaking, you know, in 2006, again, stepped away from it, got back into it. I had people who would come to me the more and more, you know, I started speaking, and they were like, where did you learn to speak at?
Right.
You know, I went to the University of Pittsburgh. I had a speech class. I did communication, all that stuff. But you can, and this is for anybody, you can take something you're good at, and if you're that good at it, you can turn it into whatever you want to turn it into.
Right.
And people don't realize that.
Right.
You know, so the more and more I stepped out and I started speaking, and people were like, you know, they would see it and they would say, you know, you're in certain spaces. How'd you get in these spaces?
Right.
And that was, you know, what you just said about the networking and the connecting, that used to be hard for me.
Okay.
You know, and we'll talk about that. But I developed this coaching program, you know, and I'm very adamant about words. I'm very adamant about what you put out there, how you talk to yourself. Like, I'm very, you know, like I need us to be careful. And again, I just became good at it.
Right.
You know, so I have several clients that I'm coaching now. I'm not taking any new coaching clients with TLH coaching because right now, this week, this is what, March, So March through like October, I'm promoting PosiTiff.
Okay.
So I'm out in spaces, you know, because October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month. So I'm out in spaces and I'm doing that more than anything.
Right.
It was just, it's something, I like communication.
Yes.
You know, I like not even people reacting. I like the just, you know, we might not agree on everything,
Right.
but there's something about the power of communicating and being able to articulate a point of view, even if we don't agree.
Right.
Good dialogue. Yes.
Yes, good dialogue is necessary, hard, tough. Again, that's why I agreed to do Quit the Cat with you guys. Because we're not going to agree on everything, but the first time we sat down here and we talked, it made you think. You know, it made you think. Some things that y'all said made me think. You know, I walked away from here that day, like, kick the door in.
Right.
Like, you know, kick the door in, like, Tiff, you're being too soft.
Right.
You know, and it's funny and it's crazy because as I sit here, you know, like I said, awakening, I'm in some spaces right now that baffle me.
Okay.
That's good.
Good.
Like, they baffle me.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I'm excited to see, just like you said, that wall.
Yeah.
You know, kicking that wall down, you know, going through that wall. I ain't got to move it. I ain't got to chip away at it. I'm going through that wall.
Right.
And I'm going through that wall. You know, we said it's Women's International History Month. I'm going through that wall so other women can come through that wall behind me.
Right.
And that's what so many people don't understand.
Yes.
You know, you may see what you see, and you know, like I told you, this is down dress for me.
Right.
I love my Mondays now because I was like, I ain't gotta get dressed.
Right.
I'm going over here hang out with my brothers. You know what I mean? Like,
sure.
And I don't have to worry about that. You know, this is my outlet.
Yes.
This is where I get to just be.
Right.
That's
You
great.
know, I'm not positive.
Yeah, we appreciate
I
that.
just get to be.
Yes, absolutely.
And I need that.
Yeah.
Like
sure.
I need to be able to just be. And when I walk away from here, I'm able to say, you know what? It's time to go kick another door in.
Right.
You know, I have women who, and this is crazy when I think about it. I've had some of the women that I'm coaching, like, literally say to me, we need you to open up doors for us. I'll be like, me?
Right. Yeah. You.
You know what I mean? Like,
you
know me. And one of the things about this speaking the marketplace.
Yes.
And you know, and I'll tell y'all this, and you know, tell y'all this. When you're first getting into speaking, if you don't have a name for yourself, or you don't have a brand, or everybody doesn't become like this overnight success.
Right.
You may invest in yourself financially. That means paying to be in some spaces, to speak on some platforms.
Yes.
So when you present that to certain people, they're like, I'm not paying.
Yeah.
But who are you?
They don't want
you know what I mean? Like, who
Yeah.
are you? And sometimes you have to make that investment in self.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
So now we're in a space where they're saying that to me. And I'm like, oh, like it's okay for, me to pay you because I know you're going to get me in this space.
Right.
And I wasn't comfortable with that at one time.
Okay.
And I had to realize, Tiff, it's a business.
Yeah,
Right.
take money.
It's a business.
Yeah.
And in it being a business, you have a right to make money. Like you can't let everybody come in the gym and just, get on the equipment and work out, and then they leave out here change, and you still gotta cover the cost of,
Everything.
what you gotta do.
Everything.
And I had to shift that thinking and that mindset and say, how do I turn this into a business?
Right.
So it's very Friday I did the first PosiTiff 2024 Women's International History Month. I did a virtual summit.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I was on from 10 o'clock in the morning until 5:35 in the evening. And I started this back in September. I had 9 amazing women, and communicating from September until, March. Only one woman wasn't able to do it.
Right. Okay.
But those women, like, they showed up. In the beginning, I had technical difficulties.
Right, I seen,
Listen, they stayed on there. I went back and I watched it. I'm mumbling when it's, spaces and technical difficulties. And I was like, well, I just can't sit here on live and not say nothing.
Right.
And I was like, what I'm saying ain't making sense. Y'all, forgive me later. And then I got off. And I did another interview at 6:15. I changed shirts, put on some lipstick because I was on somebody else's platform. And just to be able to accomplish that, and just hearing what, women were saying. Yes. I'm like, this is why I do what I do.
Right.
And again, everybody doesn't understand that. Like, I don't think I'm here. I'm there. I don't think I'm there.
Right.
But, again, little old me, God used me.
Yeah.
I don't want to leave this earth with a gift, talent, or ability in my body and somebody not be blessed by it.
Right. Right.
Specifically and especially another woman.
Yeah.
I went through what I went through in life to be able to say to another woman, listen, you can become anything.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anything. I just posted yesterday, God don't love the CEO no more than he loves the crack hoe.
Yeah. Right.
That's real.
That's real.
And then, somebody shared, they might have took the same path.
Yeah.
You never know,
Right.
So, it being Women's International History Month, just trying to change the way that we gauge and we interact as women.
Yes.
And if I'm able to get some women in some spaces, I'm about to share. I'm dropping an anthology, and I'm looking for authors and speakers, and it's called Echoes from the Mountaintop, amplifying the voices of survivors of domestic violence. Why am I doing that? Because today the lieutenant governor mentioned my name in a news article.
Yes.
And I was like, dang. You know what I mean? I was like, okay, Lieutenant Governor. Austin Davis.
Impact.
You know what I mean? Like, and I was just like, wow.
Impact and impression.
Wow.
Yes.
I saw my name twice in that article. Yes. And I was just like, because I delivered that keynote at the Capitol Rotunda in October for the Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency. And I got to share with them some stuff that they didn't know.
Yes.
They cleaned my apartment after, the stabbing.
Right.
They didn't know that.
Right.
And just the impact that had. I lost my job, after the stabbing because I was out for longer than anticipated.
Right.
The Pennsylvania Commission on Crime and Delinquency reimbursed me like $11,000.
Wow.
So, and it comes from, like the restitution.
Right.
But a lot of people don't know that these resources are out here.
Yes.
So, I'm at a space again. If I can say, come on, survivors.
Yes,
right.
Come on, survivors. It's other women out here. And I just did, oh my gosh, last Wednesday, I just did an interview for LaSalle University.
Okay.
Nice.
On LaSalle TV. And I'm just like, y'all know who LaSalle is? And just, again, trying to...
She's a big dog, ladies and gentlemen, just so y'all know. Player notes being made out here. Continue up.
So, I'm just like, wow. wow. And it's all because of that story.
Yes.
Right.
And people don't realize, the power in their stories.
Yes.
Like, there's nothing to be ashamed of. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Right.
Somebody else out here done been through it too.
Yeah.
Somebody been through it too.
I
So
appreciate you.
yeah, I appreciate y'all. Like, because I'm sure, as men, y'all see the stuff that we as women go through.
Yeah.
Right.
And y'all don't go through that, like, the catty stuff, do y'all?
What, the
Nah.
caddy?
It's competitive as hell as guys. Like, it's
Really?
super competitive. Like, even though I don't feel like the people I'm closest with, you don't have to compete with them.
Mm-hmm.
But in just the grand scheme of the rest of the world, like, you got to fight for your spot. But it ain't like I'm not going to chop his legs
Right.
to get ahead. I'm not going to talk down on him
Yeah.
to get ahead. I'm just going to be
Right.
like, I'm going to do my thing.
And see, like, with women, it just seems like it's so open. Like, like, we
Women, y'all don't
we
like
do
each
that.
other.
And I don't know why.
Y'all don't
Like,
like each other. Y'all be trying to blame stuff on us. They be like, man, be always saying this, that. Man, we ain't saying none of that. We love women, golly. And the women they'll be beating each other down. You see the way her hair or this, that.
Right.
Be like, man, we don't care about none of that.
yeah, the stuff we care
that's
about
women's-
each
yeah.
other, like CPAPs and stuff. It's like, no, we're not going back there.
Now we care
But
about not playing. No, do you
the
think?
stuff that, like, we care about and we notice about each other, the flaws. Y'all don't notice the stuff that we notice.
No.
We notice it
I think
in certain people.
Yeah.
But
For
Right.
some men, for men, I think it'd be ego.
yeah,
Ego plays a lot of part.
yeah.
But I think when men, they can size up where I'm the type of person, I can let you have the floor. I can let you, like they always say, like, men compete for space.
Yeah.
I can give you space and it not diminish who I am.
There we
Because
go.
I know what
There we
I've
go.
been through, what I survived. I know who I am. So that allows me to be submissive in a way. That's why I can, that's why for me, I can train just because I heard male trainers say they have a problem with getting male clients and most of their clients be female because men are intimidated by them. And I
don't
when
believe
I
that.
heard that,
It doesn't
was
sound like it
just
makes
you.
sense.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, 'cause
Right.
it's the thing where I can allow someone to be stronger than me.
Right.
I can allow someone in areas where they're doing better than I can be submissive and be a listener and be a student.
Right.
So that's how men can come in here and still feel manly even if they can't do 15 push-ups.
Right,
You know,
right.
I'ma still encourage you and I'm not gonna you're supposed to be a man. Nah, that's the case. You just can't do 15
Right.
It's
push-ups.
called respect. Yeah.
So,
Right.
I think I think men get to a greater point of easily being submissive, so to say, to other people's energy, or not to, with who you need to deal with.
Right.
If it's something where I feel I got to be competitive and I got to let you know that who I am, then I'm
Right.
going to do
Right,
that.
right.
But other than that, I'm able to play down
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and give you that space and allow you to have that space and me be sitting, learn.
Yeah, I
to
agree
be
100%
submissive to
with that. Yeah,
So,
I agree 100%.
so that's
You let folks do what they
Mm-hmm.
do, and you know it's respect for respect. I think as men, we also understand to what extent things can go to.
yeah.
Like every man is willing to, or most men are like, yeah, I'm willing to die for my cause. So
Right.
like, and if you willing to die for it, you also willing to take a life for it.
Right.
So men are like, man, we not.
Yeah, so
If
if
you know-
I see you down to die for your ego, I'm gonna step out the way.
Yeah,
Right,
you can go
right,
ahead and
right,
have it,
right,
dog, because we,
right.
you know what I mean?
Cool.
Right.
It ain't even that deep, but
And then I would think, like, just when you look at it, it's more, the competitiveness is more of a masculine nature.
yeah, yeah.
And competition amongst women, like, that's not of us.
Right.
So when we see it amongst one another, we don't know, well, let me shine a
Yeah.
light on her.
Yeah.
Right.
She is not my competition.
Yeah.
Like, we'll be in two totally different lanes. I'm not doing what you're doing, like,
Yeah.
but I can't help to get you in some spaces. And sometimes, just like you said, ego with women.
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah.
I won't ask you for something, even though you may know or you may be able to show
Yeah.
me.
Yeah.
And just what you just said. So I always make sure, friendship wise, I level up.
Yeah.
You know, my closest friends, one has been at the Boeing Company for 20 years. The other one is a director with the United Negro College Fund. They're my two closest advisors. Because I look at where they're at in their life, and you're not going to steer me wrong. You know,
that's how I am with my mentors. And one of my two top mentors, they're women.
Yes.
They're 70-year-old and 50-something-year-old women. It's that area where my mentors are women.
Yes.
You know, I have male mentors, but the main ones that lead me and guide me are coming from a woman's perspective. So it allows me to see things where I can be like, I understand it. And it's not. I don't know. It's just a thing. I think social media and all these different things of grasping for attention, grasping for notoriety, and these things is what don't allow people to be genuine in spaces and give genuine help, or for people to see, wait, you know what? This part of I have my business, but that part I can't do. So, you know, she's telling me to use my voice, and instead of me allowing her to help me use my voice, I'm be in the mood.
You being combative,
I think that's just the space of where we're at in this time.
In society.
Because I see people like with this gym thing. I've been doing this since 2006. So I see like fitness. I do it. It's what I do. It just comes naturally now. So when I see things that other trainers or things that they could do that will help them, you know, and sometimes I overstep, and it was something I reached out to and they had all the answers. But then when I look,
they don't got no answers.
You see, so, but you have all the answers, and that's that thing where I'm not going to let him come and tell me because I'm doing this. Bro, I've been doing it, you know. You might have a gym, or you might, but you don't got the people skills. I got people skills. People come to me because they love me.
And that's what I was going to say. So that's relationship. People don't know how to establish relationship. That's what good business is about. Good business is about relationship above all else. It's not about who's making the most money. It's not about when you go to a store and you know the customer service is what you realize first and foremost. The customer service was horrible. I'm not going back.
I'm never going back.
I'm never going back. And I think that's one of the things, like, you know, like I said, now and through October, I get in those spaces and it's networking. You know, it's networking and it's meeting people. You know, and people recognize, like, you know, PosiTiff, the brand, but they may have never met Tiffiney. So then it's like, here comes Tiffiney with this big, bubbly personality. And they're like, we never expected that. But Tiffiney's about her business. You know, and that's the thing. Like, I can be playful. I love to have fun. I want lives transformed, but I'm about my business.
Absolutely.
And that's another thing. People don't be about their business. And, you know, we've talked about this before. You know, you might be loud. You might be, you know, over energetic, all of that, and just and be on 1,000. But you about your business, And I never want to see anybody harmed or done wrong in doing business. And again, everybody doesn't understand that because some people, you know, like we said, they're willing to step on you to get ahead.
Sliming people.
You know what I mean?
They slimy.
Or I heard Shaquille O'Neal say something the other day in an interview. I was watching a reel. I think it was this morning. I'm talking about the other day. See that hour? And he said,
you all 2 days away.
He became good in business when he said business isn't about money to him. He said he doesn't look at a business for how much money he's going to make. He looks at it at how does it change a person's life.
Absolutely.
Because here we go, the universe again. Because if you change somebody's life, the money's going to come.
Absolutely.
And everybody don't understand that. If you're doing it for the money. Man, come on.
And it's a thing where I'm not threatened, right? Because I know the market is going to open up where there's going to be young, athletic, exuberant, good-looking trainers. They're going to start gyms, and there's going to be those things. But long as I'm improving my people skills and being able to listen and care about them on that level, no one can ever take that.
And then that one coming up, like my son, you know, my son, you know, he don't live here, But it might be him one day who comes to you, and then you have all of that knowledge. Yeah. Why would I not support
some
you?
Some people are different because I tell them, like, especially in like this business, X and O. That's what I like to call it. Even like and I like to use the perfect for sports analogies, right? Sports is ran off of the same wide receiver tree, the same plays
don't never
football.
change.
Those things don't change. It's the institution of the team that you're on. It's the camaraderie. It's the coaches that you bring in there. It's the love. Right. It's the locker room. That's where you see teams that strive. They have a system of love and the coaches. And that's what moves things. So when you see people start businesses and you coming to be a hair person to do hair or somebody to do nails. It's not going to be just about how well you do them because see, you can do the skill. It's going to be what comes out your mouth while you're doing it. It's going to be the ambiance when they sit in there, like even barbershops. Yeah, perfect. Barbershops. If the barbershop is not family induced and it makes a woman feel comfortable when they come there, who brings mainly to bring the kids to get their haircut? The woman. Yeah. But so many barbershops are geared and they're missing money because it's so masculine and so macho in there that women, they act like they've never seen a woman before. When she walks in there and sits down, it's uncomfortable for them.
It's uncomfortable.
You know, my wife, she go get her haircut and she takes 7. I got her in a barbershop that is comfortable so that she can go in there with her child to get a haircut without no riffraff or because the barber doesn't allow that. Right. You know, so she feels comfortable there. She don't need me to go with her. Right. You know, and that is the relationship building. I wouldn't care if he probably didn't cut correctly, but the atmosphere make you know what like, next
absolutely.
time get it.
Absolutely.
You know, but you're going to stick in there because it's comfortable, and I think that's the part of relationships, and like that's the thing that sets me apart. I feel is I'm gonna communicate. I'm gonna run my mouth. Like I'm going to talk about something of substance, and it's always it turns from church in here. It turns from counseling. It, it turns from anything. That and people be like, I didn't even realize I worked out. That's what we do, you know. So it's not just about working out. You're going to leave so full and whole from so many other things
and change.
And I feel like
that's the best part is the conversation. That's the conversation is the most fun thing.
Like
about
make me think.
Yeah.
And it goes to the importance, men, women, who you have around you. They say look at the 5 closest people around you. That's your influence.
Yes.
The 5 closest people. What are they doing?
I think people ignore that.
People ignore it.
I think people ignore that, and you know.
And if you're with such and such doesn't handle her business, that's a reflection of you. Right. You know, you tend to steer clear from, again, that's why it's important to look at who you have around you.
Because what do you say, birds of a feather? You
said that the other day,
birds of a feather?
Birds of a feather.
It's going to be like, oh, well, he bullshit, so he bullshit.
Eagles with eagles and geese. Eagles and chickens. Eagles do not fly with chickens.
They don't.
You know what I mean? So why are you with this chicken head, eagle?
Right.
You know what I mean? So,
absolutely.
Ain't nobody ever try to eat an eagle. Ain't chicken, though.
You know, all the time. Deep fried.
Listen, but
you can't catch an eagle to get it done.
You can't catch an eagle.
It's true, and that's why I feel like I tell people all the time, and that's something that I got from you. You got to use your voice. I tell people that I see people and their business and you know social media make it look like, but look, I'll be in it. Listen, use your voice.
Yes, and don't be afraid.
With you know, because I know some great trainers, and they're trying to break through, and I'm like, dog, until you talk about your process, because I know a guy that trains bodybuilders, right? And I was talking to him the other day. He was like, I want to be like you. I want to get on camera. I want to have that confidence. He was like, I just want to be. I said, I can show you. I can get like real simple. And then you gotta practice. I said, but you have a story, and that's what you said. What you said about stories. So I said, you can tell that story because he knows how to break a person down that might be at a certain body composition, get them all the way through nutrition, get them all the way to the point of training, and then they win the trophy. I said, dude, people want to know how to do that. Right. And you, like, he don't mind to give away the blueprint. I said, but that will change the game for you once you get on there and tell people, because even if they don't compete, his blueprint, like, I look up to him and stuff that he tell me. So I take that in when he tells me stuff. I'm just like, dude, I can't share that the way
Right,
you can share it.
right.
That's not my message.
Right.
But you still got to go learn about it. He already know about it.
And it's funny because that's what I had to do with my story. Because even though it happened in 2005, and when I started speaking again, people are seeing Tiffiney Hall now.
Yeah.
You know, so you know the Tiffiney Hall that's married, that's settled, that's the nurse. It's like, how'd you get there?
Right.
You know, and I had to really search within and deal with me and say, am I ready to open that up again like that? But when I did it, and people were like, oh, I didn't know that happened to you. You know, and looking where you're at now, I was like, oh, I want to do more of this. Because if I can impact your life like that, if I can tell you, I've been there. You know, I've been there, like, and everybody, like, you have? And it's like, you know, you show them you're at the mountaintop, but you don't show them the climb. And that's the TLH part. Coaching. The TLH coaching, the TLH is in the form of a mountain, because when I first started speaking again, and I was, well, not when I first started speaking again, but when I first started speaking, period, I was obsessed with this story of Mount Everest. Like, I was just obsessed with Mount Everest was like 3 times as tall as the World Trade Center. And these men in May of 1953, May 29, 1953, Sir Edmund Hillary and Tenzing Norgay became the first to reach the top of it. There's a certain level that you reach of Mount Everest, and it's called the death zone. And they made it through the death zone. And there's over 300 like dead bodies along Mount Everest. They don't know if it's because of the death zone, if it's because of, you know, but they made it. So over the years, Sir Edmund Hillary, he was asked like in interviews, well, only one of y'all can make it to the top first. And he was like, no, we're not doing that. He was like, we did it. And to this day, you know, they're both deceased now, but it's like, nobody on their team ever said, you know what I mean? Who actually put their foot on top first, and they just showed something that was possible. And I just, you know.
Is that our culture, though? Because that sounds like a culture thing. Like a culture, we ain't nobody trying to have it. You can't make it before I make it, or you can't be the big dog before I'm the big dog. You could be it after I get there, but you can't be it until.
But then, and even with that, show somebody else.
Right, I agree.
Like he said, totally. You know, the guy got the blueprint. Show somebody else. And don't have that expectation that I'm supposed to do it for free $3.99.
I want people to win. Write me in your budget.
As
a trainer
Hello?
when you get there.
Absolutely.
I need somebody around me to win. I'm a true believer, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm okay. And it's part of how I say, like, I strive for what I strive, but I'm okay if it's not me. But somebody around me has to.
Somebody got to do
potential. It. Like, I be sitting there sometimes. Somebody got
to do it.
I say, all these people done got artists and athletes out of their circle that have.
Man, listen.
I said, somebody around me is going to get and be where they need to be, and it's going to be that person that knows that when they start giving me this money, I'm writing all of y'all. There's enough. I ain't gotta order it. Like, that's why I tell people that's my barber, that's my cameraman, that's my speaking coach, that's my person that does my hair, my salon. Everybody's getting written into the budget when it comes to the things that I do. You know, I love Steve Harvey for that. Steve Harvey said he gave everybody a job. He got his hair cut twice a week. And like the boy that cut his hair, he put it in with the contract. And he was like, he was cutting his hair for, I think, He was like, no, my haircuts now cost $500.
That's 50 Cent did the same thing with the guy there was a guy who flew his plane, that private plane years ago. So 50 flew not too long ago, years ago, but the guy came to him and he was like, you remember, you know, well, now I own the company. 50 created a contract that is the only company that he will use for private flights. That's what you do. Like, come on.
I learned a lot from
him. Nobody loses anything.
Right.
We all win. Why can't we all win? I say, if I would have had me at some points in my life, I could only imagine what I would be. I could only. So if you got me, bam.
You up.
But that's what I'm
We
saying.
up.
We up.
We up.
You know, we up. And everybody don't understand that. Like, I can't imagine I'm on here, I'm somewhere talking about, you know, what I'm doing, and I don't mention this.
Right.
You know, what is it to name drop?
Yeah.
Especially when it's you. Yeah,
That's what I
you.
mean.
Yeah.
Like, what is it to name drop? Yes, I'm going to let you know this is what I'm doing
Yeah.
and where I'm at.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, let me keep it a secret.
Yeah, no.
You can't get nowhere with secrets.
Why are you trying to keep it a secret? Is it
Yeah.
because of who you attached to or how you got there?
Yeah.
We're not doing that. And like you said, it's a culture thing. Like, we got to get beyond that as a culture.
Yeah.
As a people. I don't care who gets there first.
Peace to the gang, and welcome to Quit the Cat Podcast.